Welcome back to the catch up here on Cris Cyborg's YouTube channel. I am James Lynch. She is Cris Cyborg. Cris, how are you this afternoon?
I'm great. I'm excited. A nice weekend. Next week, we're going to have a boxing, where my friend Virgil are going to fight. And I'm very excited to begin the week.
Yes, and excited for that as well. Before we get into the topics for today, just want to remind everyone to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It's an easy way to support the show and the channel. Cris, we had a new UFC interim heavyweight champion. It's very complicated even just saying it like that, but it's Ciryl Gane coming through and getting the finish over Derek Lewis. What did you think of Cyryl's performance and what he did on Saturday night?
I think he did a great job. It's a great job, and he's keeping the distance. His opponent, but why the interim title?
I know we talked about this before, right? It's Francis just won the title in March, and now we've got a new champ or interim champ, I should say. So,
it's you think about it's crazy. Like if you see what the 135 pounds Amanda Nunes champion, she's 3 years on defend the title 135. But nobody talk about the interim belt. But I really think it's very bad for the sport interim title because taking the power and negotiation from the real champion. If you think about there's no one unify belt like UFC against Bellator, UFC against PFL. No, we talk about we have some issues with the real champion. So if you don't want to fight, man, I'm gonna do the interim title. This is really bad for sports doing this.
And did you see the intro the UFC had where they said that Francis was on vacation? Francis is not on vacation right now. So he, you know what I mean? Like it seemed like they really sort of tried to pull one over on the fans, but people who cover the sport, people who watch the sport know that wasn't the case. They could have just waited to do the fight. It seems a little silly.
I lived this moment. I went there before, if you talk about when I was fighting 145 and 140 catch weight, and UFC say, okay, we're going to make the title now for you. But I was going to cut the weight again. And they say, man, I cannot go to 145. They say, so we're going to make the fight for the title 145 anyways. We felt you. But I was fighting 145, and then they put Holly Holm against Gegard, fighting. But then even on fight 145, but I say, cool, man, let's do that. And then after I cannot fight the champion, and they make the interim belt against, Tony Evinger. But it's crazy, it's crazy how they can do this. If you're not going, you can take out the power from the real champion, and it was sad, but man, let it what it is. We cannot change anything now.
Yeah, no, for sure. Taking all that aside, though, it's pretty incredible what Ciryl Gane's been able to do. 10 pro fights, is a UFC champion. Like that is, I think out of all of this, that is kind of the cool story is that here's a guy that didn't have a lot of MMA experience and now he's a UFC champion. He looks different than a lot of the heavyweights, Cris. I was so impressed with what he did on Saturday.
Yeah, no, he's very technical. He's very avoid for the power punch for the opponent, and he's really kick a lot and move around. Man, he's very athletic and he's move a lot too. For being heavyweights, he moved a lot. It's a great fight. Congratulations to him. By the way, the interim champion, and let's see the next fight.
Yeah, and it was also another big win for an MMA legend in Jose Aldo. What a performance that was over Pedro Munhoz. I didn't realize this until after the fight, Cris. That was the most output that Jose Aldo's had in a fight. It was pretty incredible to see him break his record like that. Just your thoughts on his win over another Brazilian in Pedro Munhoz.
Everybody asking me who is their favorite fighter. For me, it's Jose Aldo. For me, he's the GOAT. He did the amazing WC 145. He did the 145 pounds too, amazing UFC. And now he's very motivated 135 pounds, And I love it how he's doing boxing, I saw here he's really doing sharp boxing in this last fight. And he's not getting danger in the one moment that fight, He's controlled the whole fight. And congratulations for Jose Aldo. I'm really proud of you. And I believe he's going to be the next champion on 35 pounds. He's have a tough fight, but I believe he's going to be ready.
Yeah, he still got it. I mean, there was people a couple fights ago saying this guy's done. He's not done. He looked very good on Saturday, so I was very happy to see that. Of course, we're supposed to have another title fight on Saturday. Amanda Nunes, someone you fought, was supposed to fight Juliana Pena. She is out due to COVID. Just your thoughts on her being out of the fight, and it looks like they're going to rebook it, but nothing official yet.
Before I see there's some fights, she went to an event, she had on knee braces in her knee, Amanda. But after I hear she's got the COVID, and I got COVID too. I know how it is. But I see some fighter too fight straight. They booked the fight, and I saw now she's not testing more positive for COVID. But I hear probably it's gonna be just Juliana. Feel sorry for Juliana. Maybe just the beginning of the next year she's gonna fight.
Wow.
and let's keep training. You know, I think it's like have to be smart in the training too.
And you talked about it there. Amanda hasn't defended her title, I think, since 2019. So it's going to be even longer for them to, keep the division moving if this is going on. I know they've had some shuffles with certain fights. Aspen Ladd was supposed to fight, for example. That fight got moved. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, you do feel for Juliana Pena. She's got the title shot. Why would she take any other fight? Unless it's for a belt. But yeah, she'll have to wait a little bit longer.
And we talk about, make the money for the whole year.
Yeah, I know.
If you don't fight, you don't make any money, It's and if we're doing the camp, a lot of stress, and man, I hope she's doing good and be ready for her next fight. Yes.
We got a Bellator card this Friday. One of my favorite fighters to watch, one of my favorite fighters to interview, Gegard Mousasi is back in action. He's going to be defending his middleweight title against John Salter. Who do you think wins that fight? Really exciting fight. Great seeing Gegard back on Showtime, by the way, another former Strikeforce champion.
No, I believe Mousasi is going to end the fight, but I believe his opponent, Johnson, is going to be a tough time. In the wrestling. I think he's a sharp wrestler. I think it'll be tough, but I believe Mousasi is going to end the fight.
Yeah,
finish the fight.
Yeah, a lot of experience going into this one. Gegard's got 47 wins. I think people forget how many fights he has. It's incredible to see how much he's accomplished.
In my career, I already hear about him. My ex-husband is Evangelist Cyber fight him too. And man, I hear a long time. He's fight for a long time. He's doing this. Yes. Yeah.
No, that was. I remember that. That was back in the day. Pretty interesting fight there. And then we found out Fedor is going to be coming back, but he's fighting Tim Johnson. I think that was a bit surprising. I think some people felt like they should have tried to make that Josh Barnett and Fedor fight. But your thoughts on Fedor fighting Tim Johnson?
I'm happy for everyone in Russia going to have the opportunity to see, his legend fight, live there. And it's going to be a tough fight, I think Johnson have power hands. The Bellator can give you another opponent for Fedor, but Fedor is Fedor, and he's going to fight his hometown and home country, and it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, it's about Fedor against whoever he's going to fight, right? He's the attraction. Everyone's there to see him, so it'll be interesting to see Fedor back in action. Speaking of fights taking place later this year, the NCF event, October 2nd, you got another event going on. That's your promotion in Brazil. What's happening there?
We have the idea. They have the October Pink. It's breast cancer awareness.
Oh, that's right. Nice.
And you have the idea, have all women's card. It's going to be women's MMA. Going to have Aline Pires against Lily Ferreira. She's the champion, 48 kilos, and she's going to defend her title. But we make the card only girls. Cool. And we're going to start tomorrow. I'm going to be doing live with the girls. We're going to fight for October 2, and then see fights. And I'm very excited. I think our events is getting better and better, and it's very nice. We're going to have only women's October 2.
What a great idea. Yeah.
Yes, go to website and cfights.com. But I'm really happy about it.
And there'll be a link on your website as well to get all the information about that, CrisCyborg.com, to check out everything going on. October 2nd, it'll be right around the corner. The summer's just slowly winding down here, it seems. We always got to do our Portuguese saying of the week. I know it's been hot pretty much everywhere these days, especially where I live right now. So how would I say, what is the weather like? If I was going to ask what the weather is, how would I say that?
Como está o clima?
O clima. Como está a clima?
Como está o clima?
Como está o clima?
Good, very good.
There we go. I think I got it.
Yes.
Because I hear climate in there, right? Which is weather, I would think, right? It's clima sounds like climate.
Yeah, clima, or you can say como está o tempo. You can say like
temperature. Tempo. Yeah, okay. Como está o tempo? Okay, cool. That sounds good. There you go. I'm getting better. We got to talk about trading cards. I was checking this out. Leaf Trading Cards put you in their 2021 Pro Set. This trading card company, by the way, features legends like Joe Montana, Messi, Tyson, Magic Johnson from a lot of sports, but there's only 2 MMA fighters, you and George St. Pierre. How does it feel to be in this group of established athletes? It's pretty awesome.
I'm very glad to be partnered with the Leaf, and then I'll give it to the fans the collectible and affordable price, and may happy to be part of this. It's very nice.
And if people want to check out your premium service, CrisCyborg.com, you can find all the info there. The premium service, for those who don't know, less than a cup of coffee. You get exclusive content with Cris on her premium service. But I heard you're going to be doing, you're getting the second season, or the next season, I should say, of the Technique Thursdays, I should say. And you got someone joining you this time. You want to tell the audience about that?
Yes, I have with me Dione Barbosa. She's from Brazil. She's represented, I think, 2011. She's went 2012. I'm no
She's
date.
an Olympian. Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah.
Olympian, she's represented Brazil, the Brazilian team, and she's have a couple of MMA fights. She's starting, and we're doing the techniques together. And you guys gonna enjoy. Make sure you guys go to my website, chriscyborg.com, sign up. Premium service. You can see every Thursday have on techniques. And the next premium, we're gonna do the live together. It's gonna be Tuesday, August 21st, and it's gonna be 2:30 Pacific time.
There you go. 2:30 Pacific time, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, the next Q&A, which is great. Like Cris will drop news on there. There's all types of cool stuff. It's a very interactive way to talk to Cris. So I know there's a lot of Cyborg fans watching this right now. Definitely sign up for the premium service. My name is James Lynch. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow me on Twitter at LynchOnSports. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Cris, if you got anything else you want to plug before you get out of here, I'll give you the last word.
No, I just say hello. Thank you for all my fans. Thank you, James, for the opportunity. This next week, you're going to have a boxing. Fedor is going to fight, and I'm going to be there live and, support him and my fans. And I hope you guys see in Texas.